Welcome to the second episode of Gaming Extreme's Ultimate Guide to Natural Selection 2. In this video, I'll give you a complete overview of the Kharaa, otherwise known as the aliens. I'll detail their background, how they function, their life forms and structures, as well as some of the early and late game advice I can give you. So, let's get to it. The Kharaa and its subspecies are the product of a bacterial-like growth which features a rapid speed of evolution. Termed by the human TSA scientists as bacterium, it is responsible for the evolution and aggressive behaviour of the Kharaa. In order to destroy the human presence, the bacterium employs life forms of its own, which boast undeadly natural weaponry that are more than a match for even the best equipped and well trained forces that the TSA can deploy. During matches against the TSA Marine forces, all alien players will spawn into the match as a skulk lifeform. They are able to use the B key to select upgrades for themselves, as well as browse possible higher lifeforms that they can evolve into. Each lifeform plays differently, and features different kind of abilities, attacks, and roles within the team. For a more in-depth look at each of the different lifeforms, you can click on the screen annotation to skip to that specific guide. In order to keep spawning lifeforms over the course of a conflict and replacing any lost aliens, the bacterium deploys hives. Hives are the main source of egg production, which allow the bacterium to grow into macroscopic organisms. Due to the heavy concentration of bacterium around a hive, Kharaa lifeforms can quickly regenerate their health from critical conditions. Destroying all the hives on the map is the only way the Marines can cease the everlasting onslaught. Hives also cause the spread of infestation, a mechanic unique to the alien team. Its growth advances on surfaces, and is the source of nutrition for alien structures, and is therefore required for their placement. If infestation is lost, most alien structures will lose health until death. During a match, one player can enter the hive in order to become the team's commander. The commander will have a face-down view of the map and be able to coordinate the aliens' actions and the team's territory expansion. The commander is responsible for placing alien structures around the hive, so the team can gain access to new upgrades, research, and lifeforms. Alien commanders will spend a lot of their time placing chains of cysts around the map, a small structure which spreads infestation outward beyond the hive's boundaries. Once they have spread infestation to a resource nozzle, they will be able to grow the ever-vital structure, the harvester. This structure will provide the team with resources, otherwise known as res. For a more in-depth alien commander guide, you can click the current on-screen annotation. At the start of a match, the alien team will need to harass the Marines as much as possible. Skulks are extremely powerful when grouped together, as quite often Marines will be spread thin around the map trying to capture resource nodes. If you stick together, you can overwhelm them in numbers. Alien players should take advantage of the ventilation systems on each map, as they will allow them to get around much faster than the Marines. Skulks are even more deadly when making surprise strikes from above or behind. You can do this by moving quietly while holding down the shift key. This will make it very difficult for Marines to hear your approach and identify your location. Remember to use the walls to your advantage as well. Skulks stick to any surface and can therefore climb objects or walls very easily. You can hide on the ceiling and jump down on top of a Marine. This will make it much harder for them to be able to accurately hit you. Never try to run along the floor or else get killed very easily. The alien team will need to take out as many extractor structures as possible in order to stop the Marine team getting too many resources. You should also keep a lookout for where the Marine team plan to expand and try to deny them any setting up of phase gates outside of your base. Quite a few maps have a double resource node location. It can be difficult for alien teams to capture and hold them, but it is well worth the effort if you're successful. You should try to deny the Marine team from being able to hold this position as well. Gorges should use their clogs to block up entrances to your hive. This will delay any Marine early game attacks. Quite often alien teams will go for a quick second hive. Make sure you protect them well. Commanders should always try to keep around 3 harvesters in the early game, but if you can get more, great. I would recommend researching Leap as quickly as possible once you have 2 hives, as this gives skulks a great buff against Marines. It allows skulks to get within biting distance much quicker and easier. It's up to you which evolution upgrade you go for first, but personally I love Celerity and Carapace. Once out of the early game, it's difficult to give solid advice as each match is different, but generally you'll want to keep the number of marine extractors as low as possible. Defend their attacks and try to get a third hive up when you can. You will want fades out as quickly as possible as they are very strong against a small number of marines, although new alien players may struggle with them. Commanders can also drop eggs with pre-evolution available, allowing one player to select it and grow into the life form selected by the commander. An early Onos egg can be very effective, as long as they don't waste it by getting killed quickly. They are not invincible and should always play extra cautious at this stage. That brings us to the conclusion of this particular episode guide. I'll be uploading more episodes every week, so make sure you subscribe so you can be updated when a new one is released. If you like this guide or found it helpful, then please help support us by sharing it with your friends on Facebook or Twitter. A thumbs up is always nice too. Feel free to ask any questions you may have by commenting below. I'll see you next time.